Good morning, pirates. Calendar week 31. Quite a lot of weather. This week seems like it went past very quickly, without much going forwards. This isn't true mostly. Weeks tend to progress at about the same rate. It's plans that don't. We were dominated by water this week. I'm sure I would find something about it in the ephemeris if I looked, if I had one for this year. Water in the crops, water in the sky, water in the ground, and water in the pipes. In short, I don't think I got anything from last week's list done. Did I plant the paulowinas this week? I think I did, but not the holly. I also did quite a lot of the cleaning out the woodshop task. Oh, and looking back at the list, I did also plant out the lettuces, and the endives, which are basically lettuce. And I got in a row of Christmas potatoes. What was that I heard? Was that you asking, what are Christmas potatoes? I'm sure I mentioned it last year, but one more time for the newbies, because it is pretty cool. When you get to digging up the last two plants from your earliest potatoes, if it has all gone more or less to plan, it shouldn't be too early for the first of the second earlies to be landing on the plate. So you take out the last of the earlies, harvest them, and pop them back in the ground again as seed potatoes. Being as these are the fastest growing potatoes, with a fair wind and an incantation to your spirit of choice, there is a half-decent chance that by Christmas they will have regrown, and you can dig them up on Christmas morning for fresh new potatoes on the plate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's the only way I can think of both a bit of a potato excitement in the middle of winter and how to save seed potatoes for the most unstoreable of spuds. The water stories, though. I've already written too much to go into them in any detail, but it rained every day this week. The rye in the field is suffering. On Saturday, the rain went biblical, maxing out at 65 centimetres per hour for a few minutes. On Monday, the domestic water broke. I fixed it by Tuesday, but I got a little wet doing so. On Tuesday, I also discovered the wheat in the drying room was starting to rot, so I put down pallets, covered them in a thin layer of cardboard, topped with material, and the wheat grain on that. I hope that every layer wicks moisture out and into the air. It seems to be working. Pumpkins are swelling nicely in the rain, but the unfertilized flowers are not being visited by insects and are starting to rot. It's been too wet to collect berries for jam. Uh-oh. And so this week, I really want to get on with just one project. I will also trim the hedges, pick the berries, water, possibly just in the polytunnel, weed and mow, and either start on the foundations of the potatoey greenhouse or the biogas digester. I'd like your votes, please. Which one would you like to see progress on next week? Please make your voices heard in the comments and continue to nag me throughout the week for updates. And until then, be lovely. Your Pirate Ben. XO. XO.